Big transfer news has broken in the last half an hour because Arsenal have officially completed the sensational signing of Bradley Barcola from Paris Saint-Germain. And this is no ordinary deal. The French winger has signed a 5-year contract at the Emirates in a blockbuster move worth £110 million, making him one of the most expensive signings in Arsenal history. Mikel Arteta has finally landed one of Europe's most exciting young attackers. And after weeks of intense negotiations, Arsenal have their man. So today, we'll break down why Barcola wanted the move, what Arteta said about the signing, how he fits into this Arsenal side, and why this could be one of the biggest statements the club has made in years. This is a major statement. A deal worth £110 million. A 5-year contract at the Emirates Stadium. And one of the most exciting young attackers in European football now arriving in North London, as Arsenal continue building a squad capable of competing for the biggest trophies in the game. After weeks of intense negotiations, Mikel Arteta has finally got the player he wanted, the player Arsenal identified as a key target, the player the club believed could elevate their attack to another level, the player who, according to the reports, had been on the club's radar for a long time. And now it is done. Arsenal have their man. Stay with us because over the next few minutes we'll break down exactly why this transfer matters so much, what Barcola said after signing, why Arteta was so determined to bring him in, and what this could mean for the rest of Arsenal's summer. Because this signing says one thing very clearly. Arsenal are not standing still. They are not waiting for the rest of the league. They are moving aggressively, investing heavily, and building a squad with real ambition. And Bradley Barcola is now part of that project. The deal is done. Let's start with the biggest point. Arsenal have officially completed the transfer. There is no speculation here. No maybe. No talks continue. This one is finished. Bradley Barcola has signed his long-term deal, and the French winger is now an Arsenal player. The size of the move tells you everything you need to know about how highly the club rate him. £110 million is a huge fee. It makes him one of the most expensive signings in Arsenal history. And that kind of investment is never made lightly. It is a sign of complete belief from Mikel Arteta, the recruitment department, and the wider Arsenal hierarchy that Barcola can become a defining player for the club over the coming years. That is what makes this such a huge moment. Not just that he has signed, but the fact that Arsenal have committed this level of money to him. That tells you they see more than just a talented winger. They see a future star. They see a player who can decide big games. They see someone who can help carry this team forward in the Premier League and the Champions League. And perhaps most importantly, they see a player who fits the way they want to play. What Barcola said after signing, the first thing that jumps out from Barcola's own comments is how strongly he feels about the move. He did not speak like someone making a routine career decision. He spoke like someone genuinely excited to join Arsenal. He said he followed Arsenal when he was young because of Thierry Henry. That is a detail Arsenal fans will immediately connect with, because Thierry Henry is not just a legend to Arsenal supporters. He is a symbol of what this club represents at its best. Style, confidence, big moments, winning mentality. For Barcola to mention Henry straight away tells you something important. This move means something to him personally. He also said that when he saw the players who have worked at Arsenal, he realized how big this club is. Again, that matters, because it shows he understands the scale of the challenge. He is not treating Arsenal like a stepping stone. He is treating Arsenal like a major destination, a proper giant of European football. And then came the line that supporters will love most of all. He said he was very excited to play here, very happy to sign for this big club. And that since day one, when he knew he could come to play for Arsenal, he was happy. That is exactly the kind of mentality supporters want to hear. Not hesitation, not uncertainty, excitement, commitment, energy. Barcola also said he is still young, that he wants to help, learn, and do his best. That is a very important message, because Arsenal are not simply signing a finished product. They are signing a player with huge room to grow. A player who believes his best years are still ahead of him. And that is exactly the type of signing Arteta loves. Why Arteta wanted him so badly. Arteta's reaction after the deal was just as strong. He said he was very excited. He praised the club for doing a tremendous job to recruit a player of this stature, and he made it clear that this was a position Arsenal had been monitoring for a long time. That is a huge clue. It tells us this was not a panic buy. Not a reaction to a late market opportunity. Not a move made simply because the player became available. This was planned. A £110 million move for Bradley Barcola sends a very clear message. Arsenal are not satisfied with simply competing.